So insane, I'm in love, babe. Girl, you drive me crazy. I'm in love, babe. Bomb Squad!
That he belongs in the top echelon, you know, with the fights that he fought, that he deserved a shot. Not saying that he beat a lead fighter yet, you know, in a welterweight division, but the guys that he have fought to get him to this point right now, he passed the test with flying colors. So, you know, we never know until he get in there with the likes of, you know, the elite.
Talk Nation. Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Raw Talk back with another banger, man. Check this out, man. I know the Errol Spence fans will be mad. Will think I'm hating, but I'm not, man. Errol Spence is a winning man, and I ain't talking about autographs neither. Now, Jaron Ennis, trainer and father to Jaron Boots Ennis, top contender coming out of Philly. When things fell through with Bud Crawford, that was kind of like the last straw. Because Stanionis, he may get a shot at Errol Spence's WBA spread. Now, if Boots gets a shot at the IBF, and if they make that fight, Jaron Boots Ennis versus Errol Spence Jr., Boots will stop Errol. Boots is too hungry, too dedicated to the sport. I mean, he's bigger than Errol. He has power. He can switch. He's more athletic than Errol Spence. And more importantly, he wants that fight. He wants that fight. And he wants that title. And that's the combination of all those ingredients. I mean, it fixes up a recipe for destruction for Errol Spence. Errol, as talented he is as a fighter, as a boxer, when he faces Jaron Boots Ennis, he's going to get hurt for the first time. He may get stopped for the first time. He may get dropped for the first time. He may get knocked out for the first time. This is the future of Errol Spence Jr. if he faces Jaron Boots Ennis. Boots is that talented, he's that hungry, and he's that nice. A lot of people is going to say he's not ready. Errol Spence is going to knock him out, stop him, whatever. But I disagree. As some people watching this video, you're going to agree with me, or you're going to disagree, and that's totally your right. But I just look at it from a standpoint of styles, ability, and the style. And matter of fact, talking about styles, many times Jaron Boots Ennis and his father and coach Jaron Ennis have went on record and said, you know what, you guys haven't even seen half of what Boots can do. And this guy is 29 fights in, 27 knockouts. Undefeated, naturally. The only blemish is when he had the no contest against Chris Van Heerden due to the accidental headbutt. But he was already dusting Chris Van Heerden before that happened. If he didn't get that cut from the accidental clash, he would have wound up stopping Chris Van Heerden. He would have did to Chris Van Heerden what Conor Ben did to Chris Van Heerden. And he probably would have done it quicker. So Jaron Boots Ennis is not only a problem, he is lethal in the ring. And all he wants is his opportunity. It doesn't matter if it's Bud, Spence, whoever. He wants to fight them both. Now, I'm hoping that the IBF, they push for that fight. But this is boxing. And out of all the guys that wants a shot at Spence's titles, the less threat is Stanionis. Second to that is Keith Thurman. And lastly, Jaron Boots Ennis. So if they can avoid Boots, which I believe they will, they're going to fight either Thurman or Stanionis. And like I said, the threat level between those two,
I don't even know what to say, bro.
They're probably going to pick Stanionis. But Stanionis, stylistically, in my opinion, I think he'll give Errol a decent fight. I think Errol will wind up beating Stanionis, but the style that Stanionis has, the way that he loves to go down to the body, just like Spence, he loves to come go down dig to the body with that left hook to the body, then come over the top with the overhand right. You know what I mean? Also has a nice left hook. Not too busy in the footwork department, just like Errol, but he does enough to cut off the ring and to be mobile. Tough, durable guy. I believe that will be a good fight for Stanionis and Errol Spence. But I believe ultimately Spence will walk away with the W. Keith Thurman, that fight is a little bit more tricky, even though Thurman is older. He said it before, he's not a gatekeeper. He's still dangerous. He still wants to be a champion. He has an awkward, you know what I mean? He's kind of like that boxer puncher. But what he did to Barrios, he won't be able to do that to Errol Spence Jr. But I believe that he will give Spence a tough fight. But Spence may wind up stopping or knocking out Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman's soft in the body. Once he gets caught with a decent body shot from Errol Spence, Spence is going to hurt him. Keith Thurman is going to run. Spence is going to cut off the ring and finish him. Keith Thurman got hurt by Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? And he ran. And Pacquiao ain't known for being a body puncher, but Pac-Man does hit hard. Spence may be the first person to take Jaron Boots Ennis 12 rounds. But if the fight does go 12 rounds, it may not end up how you think. Generally, when people go 12 rounds with Errol Spence Jr., he beats him up, he beats him down, he winds up getting a decision. It just may be the opposite if he faces Jaron Boots Ennis. Boots may outpoint Errol Spence if the fight does go 12 rounds. But I truly believe that Jaron Boots Ennis, if you look at the percentage ratio of what he does to his opponents, even to somebody like Errol Spence, I believe that he possibly will wind up hurting, stopping, or knocking out Errol Spence. If it goes 12, I believe he can ultimately wind up outpointing Errol Spence, and he can get the upset via decision. But no question about it, no doubt in my mind, Jaron Boots Ennis, he has the skill set, he has the power, he has the IQ to step into the ring not only with Errol Spence, but to defuse and defeat Errol Spence. The things and the keys that Errol Spence uses, his jab, his devastating body attack, he breaks his opponents down throughout the course of the fight because his work rate and punch rate is high from round to round. Boots Ennis will neutralize all of that. He's too slick, he's too mobile, he's too fast, he has power, and he gets stronger as the fight goes on. So, look for Jaron Boots Ennis, as I said, to possibly stop, knock out. I believe without a shadow of a doubt he will hurt Errol Spence when they fight. And he may flip the switch and hurt Errol Spence to the body because Jaron Boots Ennis is an excellent finisher. If he hurts you, if he gets you in trouble, he's going to get you up out of there. And it doesn't matter if you're Spence, you're Crawford, Danny Garcia, Showtime, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. It doesn't matter what opposition, what level that you assume or think that you are at. If Jaron Boots Ennis gets you hurt, he will do his best to get you up out of there. And he has the speed, the ability, and the power, and the attitude to do just that. So it's really just a matter of what round did he catches you? What round does he hurt you? He had the record, held the record. Literally, it's like clockwork. He getting guys up out of there by the 6th round. It's like the shit was scheduled. You know what I mean? Nobody was going past 6 rounds with this kid. And I don't think it will be any different with Spence or with Crawford, namely Spence. But it may go past 6 rounds. I will give Spence that credit. But I told y'all, man, if the fight does go 12 rounds, Boots can outpoint Errol Spence. Easy. And he throws punches. He throws combinations. He goes to the body. He's active. He's mobile. His punch output round for round is still good. He holds and maintains his power throughout the fight. If anything, he gets stronger as the rounds progress. So don't look for Jaron Boots Ennis to diminish as the fight goes on. Look for him to get stronger. These two guys clash. Jaron Boots Ennis is the favorite in my book to beat Errol Spence. I'm not taking anything away from Errol Spence. I'm not diminishing his ability, his power, his skill, his will, his tenacity, his IQ. I'm not diminishing any of those attributes about Errol True Spence Jr. And with that being said, I'm telling y'all, man, Jaron Boots Ennis has the tools, has the IQ, has the ability, and he has the hunger to go into that ring and defeat Errol Spence. Mark my words. Talk Nation, stand up as your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know how I ride. Share the truth. Put your thoughts in the comments. Put your hearts in the comments. Don't put your soul as God's property. Talk Nation, stand up as your boy. Peace. I'm a holler.
Boots, great fighter. Great fighter.